Hey all, for those of you that follow the channel, you know that I've had the Linea Mini at home for the last couple of months now. I wanted to take a little bit of time to get to know it before I put a bigger review up so I could put the machine through its paces. From the outset, I would like to remind you and clarify that Marzocco lent me the machine for a couple of months to use, just so that you're aware of potential biases that I might have when giving this review, having not had to outlay the cost of the machine to create the videos. But if you are keen to get to know the features and my thoughts, listen in and let's walk through it. So the Linea Mini is a single group prosumer version of the commercial Marzocco Linea Classic. You could call this the home machine version, but it could also sit comfortably in a small venue where you're not making a lot of coffees. The main difference between the Linea Mini and cheaper home machines is that the components inside of the machine are made to a commercial machine standard. It is a dual boiler machine, which means not only can you steam your milk and extract espresso at the same time, you can also independently adjust the temperature of the brew boiler, and that will help you be able to dial in your espresso extraction even further. Now you can do this with either the temperature wheel on the side of the machine or using the new app. I'll talk more about the new app later in the video. So behind the drip tray, there's a huge water reservoir where you can put in your filtered water, and the drip tray itself holds a decent volume as well, so you only really need to empty that out when you're refilling the water tank. And you can get brewing with this machine straight away, but you can also plumb it in if you'd prefer to do that. Another big difference between the Linea Mini and other home machines that I've used is the steam pressure. The Linea Mini has a 3-litre steam boiler, and honestly this machine steams milk better than some of the commercial machines that I've used. I used this machine for the 6-week latte art bootcamp series that I recently created, and the milk quality was so good. The biggest thing that I can say about the machine is that it is definitely capable of producing cafe quality coffee, as long as you're prepared to match it with a really good quality grinder, and you're prepared to put in a little bit of effort to understand espresso extraction. The good news is that if you're watching this video, then you've probably already been through my 6-week home barista bootcamp, and you have a really strong idea of understanding espresso already. But the other good news is that if you are still learning, the machine comes with a collection of written guides to help you get started. It also comes with a few water test strips to help make sure that you're using good quality water in the machine. Water is a massive topic when it comes to coffee, but for now I'll just say that if you're investing in a machine like this, then you need to take your water quality seriously. In terms of actual extraction, you have a manual paddle to control things. When you pull the paddle across, you get 2 seconds of pre-infusion to saturate the puck, and then the pump engages and ramps up to 9 bar for the rest of the extraction. I personally would recommend using an undergroup set of scales like the Acaia Luna. You can definitely use the machine without it, but your extractions and coffee quality will be so much more consistent if you're tracking the yield and extraction time. If you are just after extraction time, you can also get that from the app. So speaking of which, let's get into the IoT technology. The app can control turning your machine on or into standby mode, as well as being able to control the daily schedule for on and off if you like. The machine does heat up in about 10 minutes, but it is nice to be able to set the time of the machine and be ready and on when you wake up and get out of bed. If you're out of the house, you can also use your phone to turn the machine on so that you can make a coffee as soon as you get home. The app also gives you a digital display of the coffee boiler temperature, and it allows you to adjust the temperature by 0.1 degrees. I played around with this for a couple of different single origins, and I was really surprised at how much I was able to manipulate the extraction. The temperature of my extraction is something that I previously hadn't played around with a lot, so it was really exciting to have another level of control on my extraction. Also, if you're a fan of longer pre-infusion, you can also increase the pre-infusion time. With this setting, B1 is the time for pre-infusion, and B2 is the time between pre-infusion and extraction. The app also has a shot timer, as I was saying, for your extraction. I personally just use the timer on my Luna scales when I'm brewing, but that function is there if you don't have a set of scales. Some other parts of the app include brewing stats, as well as news and tutorials that you can use if you're just getting started. If you already own an older version of the Linea Mini, you can also upgrade your board so that you get this connectivity. A couple of people have asked me about that, and I would say it's definitely worth doing, even just for the digital display of the boiler and the scheduled on and off. So hopefully that has given you a good indicator of what this machine is all about, but I guess the question is, would I want one? Well, if you're a coffee professional or a coffee enthusiast and this machine is in your budget, I'd say definitely go for it. In Australia, the machine retails for just under 6 grand, but check the website for your local currency. As I said at the start of the video, I've had the machine for about 2 months now, and I've enjoyed it so much that I don't really want to see it leave my bench. I already had a high-end machine at home. It was a bit of an old one though, but the coffee quality from the Linea Mini just blows it out of the water. So if you have any other questions about this machine or my experience with it, definitely leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you. I have a little bit of time left with the machine, so if there's anything specific that you'd want tested, get in quickly and I might be able to do it. Thanks again to Marzocco for lending me the machine to share with my community here on YouTube, and thanks to all of you guys that watch my videos for helping me to get this kind of opportunity. If you want to see more of the coffees that this machine is capable of producing, definitely check out that 6-week Latte Art Bootcamp series. All of the coffees that were made with the Linea Mini. And if you've made it all the way to the end of the video, just click that like button because it helps other people to see this video, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Aside from that, I'll see you next week. Keep frothing!